There we go. It helps if I get the right layout there. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Survivors of Hyrule tournament match. Today's match is between WallKicks and humbugh. It's a game 4, and it's AD keys. We've got Clearmouse and Walther on comms, and they're better talking than I am, especially with this freaking allergy thing going on. So I'm going to hand you off to them.
Oh, thanks, Talmud. Thank you for restreaming. Hey, Walter, how's it going?
Hello. We're gonna have a hype match today, so it makes me feel good.
Oh yeah, two absolute titans of this game. AD keys, absolutely no stranger to them. It's going to be, as you said, a very hype match. We have WallKicks on our left. He is a veterans champion on Ladder Invitational. He has won a slew of very high-ranking competition wins, right? Like top, X's in like cross keys, AD keys, you name it. Anything with keys, WallKicks is, your go-to kind of guy. We have on the other side humbugh. This year he is quite on fire. He is the #1 seed coming out of the main qualifiers. Got to do, like the reveal stream and everything. He is here representing his team, captain by himself. Team Captain humbugh, along with Eri, Talithar, Instructional Mike. And as part of this tournament, this is called the Survivors of Hyrule for a reason. It is a best of 7 series, one-on-one matches. The loser of each match is eliminated from the remainder of the series, right? So right now, this match is actually, I would say, very important for WallKicks' team. His team is comprised of Magnet Hands, WallKicks himself, Zelda, who had been eliminated earlier in a cross keys match by Talithar, and Dante. So ideally, right, it would be a 2v2, after the best of, 4. It's still possible, of course, for WallKicks' team to, reverse sweep, but, really, like, mentally, right, you really want to have, not just one person, basically, taking on the entirety of the team's responsibilities.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And just to be clear, this is real AD keys, right? Not that fake stuff.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. This we're on CSR, Walter, with the Survivors of Hyrule. We don't do any of the AD keys at home, type of thing. This is the actual, name brand type of mode.
Nice. So
right.
Can't wait for those Aga small keys.
Yeah, Castle Tower keys. We do have to find 2 of them. They are, the affectionately called second and third ice rods. Whatever you would like to rank them as. Of course, in addition to those yellow ice rods, we also, of course, need the real ice rod. We do need to complete every single dungeon, Aga 1, Aga 2. Yeah, so there are probably like 12 ice rods total in this mode.
Yeah.
So let's see what other great keys are have eluded people. Desert Palace big keys are only one of them. For certain clouds, there is the pod big key. That's pretty infamous. We already have a sword, by the way, in Lost Woods. That is actually a really nice weapon to actually find within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, just the entire early game just becomes so much more smooth when you have a reliable weapon.
Okay, so Lost Woods apparently is our armory for the rest of the seed. We don't need anything else, okay? We're all good because we have a permanent weapon that's melee, and also we have a bow that always get a couple arrows. And I know that these guys are just itching to go over and find the desert big key and do desert, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Might need a few more things than just that big key, but
we can hope.
I kind of wish that, honestly, in Key Sanity, I think big key should just let you go inside the dungeon as well. Just bypass all those medallions and books and stuff.
Yeah, actually, yeah. The medallions could also be pretty tricky. I mean, so I guess so this is an entrance, right? Medallions do have a little bit more weight. You are still going to need to find that Meyer medallion. You're going to have to find that Turtle Rock medallion. You can't really, backdoor into any of these things, right? Or hope that the entrance is absolutely worthless. But, today, yeah, we're going to have to as part of, as we said, the legit, full-blown Key Sanity stuff. All dungeons, we're going to need everything. Now, I guess so. Like, what would be your, like strategy? I guess like going into, if you were like WallKicks or humbugh. Did we just find the boots, by the way, in Blindside?
Yeah, I think my strategy would just be going to Blindside and pick up those boots right away.
Okay, alright, so that sounds like a great... Okay, so humbugh, if you're gonna watch this back later, please, note that you should go to Blindside first, okay? That's where the boots are.
I guess joke's on WallKicks, because he didn't have any bombs, and so he's probably gonna have to go back there, or just skip it completely.
Oh, well, it's... Oh, we have a castle small key. That is a very interesting small key. There is only one of them, and automatically does put all of the front of escape in logic. We also have a glove, by the way. So,
yeah,
all
pretty,
of a sudden...
pretty like nice amount of items early on here to just... Like, not enough to put us in any special direction, but like, yeah, it's not items to... It's nice to have them early, and can make a lot of this entire overworld travel and clearing so much more smoother for them.
Yeah. I also don't know like what so humbugh certainly is in this year's main tournament. I haven't really seen that many early boots seeds, so and I'm kind of hoping that these guys have some like they now like they're not so like shocked to see like now what do I do when I have boots within the first 5 minutes versus like I'm still waiting for boots.
Ooh,
for
that's a cast a small key behind that.
Oh well then that's I guess that's kind of important, huh? As we were just talking.
That's awkward because I mean I think WallKicks is gonna go back and check it, but
yeah, big
if it doesn't, if it doesn't go back and check it, it could be one of those things where he pretty much doesn't have to go back there until the very end.
We hope in this case, that he does go back. It looks like he is gonna go back, and honestly, like as just kind of like watching WallKicks, he's usually pretty thorough on things. We have a small already. Man, we have actually getting a lot of really nice, like very important small keys.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We have like 4 ice roads already.
Yeah, so only like 12 more to go, right? Okay, perfect. Yeah, one of the probably now like one of the worst locations for that other Castle Tower small key, for example, is in the second chest of Castle Tower. Or the first one for that matter. I mean, well, maybe the first one's not so bad because you're willing to go into Castle Tower, with only one, but man, it's you kind of don't really want to go there until the end, Alright, but yeah, with that little maybe slight delay in WallKicks getting the boost just a little bit faster than humbugh, but of course, as you mentioned, the trade-off is, of course, he had to go back to Blindside Hideout in order to go get the very, very important bomb-locked Aga Tower small key, so you have no bombs earlier. But other than that, it's like we're just gonna get a very slow head start, I guess, like on humbugh's side. Well, we have a book already.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get that big key that you wanted earlier, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's great. So all we need right now is a big key to desert, and we just need a lamp. Okay, no fire rod, no burna, no ice rod. We'll get the ice rod later. We all know it's in Turtle Rock anyway, so don't worry about it. Okay, like we're just gonna go straight into desert.
Yeah, the bow is the item you get in desert normally, right?
Yes, exactly. Of course. I mean, well, you're supposed to go to Eastern first, right? That's where you get the bow, and then you use the bow in order to get into desert. But they want to just like kind of skip out on the Eastern stuff, which I'm okay with. For the time being, if we can get the desired result in this case for deserts. Of course, WallKicks. Speaking of Eastern Palace, he is, one of the points of divergence. For humbugh versus WallKicks is that I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have a lot of stuff here in Lightworld. Like we found a mirror, which honestly, like I think maybe outside of either like the hookshot or the flute, we suddenly have so much movement. And efficiency.
I mean, in a game mode like all dungeons, Kisanity, like getting boots, getting mirrors, stuff like that just makes it a lot easier to like full clear the game faster. Because they're pretty much gonna have to full clear the game, right? So. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even sure they can leave like anything really behind, right? Oh, okay.
Ooh, that was a moon pearl in the.
Yeah, he just found a moon pearl. Okay, so now the next question is where is the lamp and where is the fire? So I think in this mode still that thing is either still just like fire locked, right? Like you can talk the fire rod.
Yeah.
Especially with that. Yeah. Okay. Or the lamp. Yeah. So I have a lot of hope, by the way, then that means the lamp's gonna show up. We still need that Desert Palace Vicky, but man, this is it's definitely shaping up to be a very interesting light world for sure. You normally, I guess, especially at 80 keys, you don't really expect very much stuff, I guess, at the beginning. Normally it's kind of like you trickle in progression, right? Eventually, kind of make your way to Dark World, and you have to go find all these other random keys. But suddenly, we're actually really, really close to like many things.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna get the lamp soon, because otherwise, how are we gonna use that Aga small key? You know.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Ooh, humbug. Okay, yeah, that's right. We actually did get quite a bit of cash from all the other overworld stuff that we did in the light world. So humbug's actually gonna have plenty of spending money in order to go get Sora, and with a little bit of extra to spare, dig game money, pod money, chess game money. Even this isn't inverted. We're not so poor, and desperate, and so that we can't even scrounge up 20 rupees anywhere.
Well, we got a little bit more poor here though. Those flipper checks not really yielding anything.
Yeah.
See if Humbug decides to go maybe over to Eastern or into the castle, or could potentially head to Desert already. Looks like he's going for the backup of Escape here as well.
Yeah, and I think this makes a lot of sense too. WallKicks did, yeah, but that's right. That's how he got his Moon Pearl. Was he did the backdoor way into the Key Rat, and I'm actually kind of curious to see if Humbug's going to do the same thing, or if he's.
Yeah, I'm wondering with him having mirror that like maybe he hopes that he could combine this with the pyramid later. No, it looks like he's going for it.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, he's going to be very well rewarded, assuming he can get there. It's not necessarily like the easiest, but I think based on how well Humbug is doing right there, it looks like he has plenty of experience nailing down that Key Rat.
I think he can do it. Did you know that he is the #1 seed in the main tournament?
I have heard maybe rumors of that happening.
He sends me like 1 or 2 messages on Discord every day, reminding me of that.
I believe you, Walter. I absolutely 100% believe you, because that sounds like the kind of thing that Humbug would do, honestly.
For sure, yeah. He loves bragging.
Okay.
That's just kind of his personality.
Now, honestly, like if he does not, usually speaking, Castle Tower, Aga 1 is on the later side of things. It kind of is looking at least shaping up like we don't need Aga for Dark World access. However, so if he gets to Castle Tower though. I fully expect him with the hook shot in order to try and get the Aga hook speed and to make a very nice posting on the leaderboard. If he doesn't, I think he might have to have his title revoked, honestly.
Oh,
is that the other Castle Tower small key?
That was definitely the other Castle Tower small key.
Okay, you know what? We need one more piece to Aga before we can go. So we need another sword. We certainly need that lamp, fire source, or something.
Yeah, and we know fire source is showing up before Dark World, one way or another. Most likely lamp, because we have most of those small keys.
Yeah, and also it could be very well that like the lamp is just like sitting in a desert, right, or something like that. Because we got the book, and I mean you don't really want to go there without a fire source or without really even a Desert Palace small key, like because
that would make it the perfect place for Gannet to hide it. Though.
Yeah, that's true. Hide it right under your noses without even realizing it's there. It's like it's like one of the least places you least likely to expect it.
Yeah, it looks like WallKicks not he's not gonna wait around for this. He's gonna go straight to desert.
Yeah.
Got a Quake medallion as well. Definitely nice to get those medallions early. We're gonna need at least one, maybe all of them.
Quake is also really good for dead rocks. Just if you're really angry and upset.
Yeah. I mean, there comes a point where it's faster to Quake them rather than just run into them over and over again.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of, so this is another potential point of divergence between WallKicks and Humbug. WallKicks, similarly to his teammate Zelda, they channel some very similar tendencies and opinions about Eastern Palace. If Humbug decides to go in, or maybe we'll just get Hammer as our Dark World access and forget Eastern Palace, we might, end up seeing maybe, a swing one way or another.
Yeah, of course. Give us both Aga keys, but yeah, You're just gonna get normal Dark World X's anyways.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be a Hype Cape trip. But did we? Oh man, I missed what was in Desert, by the way, for the map chest.
I don't think there was anything of
Okay.
importance. Oh, actually, it was the big key for Turtle Rock, so it's kind of important.
Oh, okay. Well, that is in fact very important.
But it's not important yet.
Yeah, very, very true. Yeah, this isn't inverted. You know, unlike the main tournament, it's on Ambrosia. We can't really do much with it unless we actually go in Turtle Rock the front way. Alright, looks like the Desert Palace area with that book is, at least for the time being, not very productive. Because, you know, we actually saw on Humbug's side that the hammer is in Zahashula's closet, so this is where WallKicks kind of needs to go. At least to get his Dark World access, but it looks like he's going to do the Front of Escape first. Which, you know, also I think is very reasonable too. We could also find some, you know, some pretty good things as well.
Mm-hmm. Right, 5-6 crystals at Turtle Rock and Skullwoods today.
Okay.
It doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, I guess in 80 keys, like, I think it's kind of nice to be able to figure, like, to know what your pendants and crystals are, but, you know, as you said before, this is the real thing. We're gonna have to do everything. So, you know, of course, obviously 5-6 does unlock Pyramid Fairy at the Humbugh has just run past, but, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, chances are nothing's gonna be, you know, back there, right? So just go get your crystals and maybe, you know, you'll be pleasantly surprised, like, you'll have all the 5-6 crystals.
Yeah. It's pretty much like a dark world like pedestal check almost. Except you get twice as many items and 100% less hype.
That's true. But potentially even well, if we had a bottle, which we apparently do. Thank you, trackers. We can also check out what the prize is from the Waterfall Fairy as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Light World gave us green potion.
Okay. I was gonna say, so speaking of, you know, you mentioned like pedestal, right? So we already, I mean, why bother pulling the pedestal when we have, in this case, you know, we can just see the Master Sword here in the Front of Escape.
Makes sense.
It's like, why do we have to go through so much work, basically?
Looks like WallKicks is gonna drop in the Agate Tower as well here, grab those items. And I think he only has one key. He might have both.
He should only have one key because he has.
I mean, even if he had both, I don't think he would do it completely in the dark here.
Yeah, that's also very true. And based on, of course, Humbugh also knows this too, right? But you know, they got their Moon Pearl right in Dark Ross, so like, yeah, they're going to like, the lamp has to show up somewhere.
WallKicks did that spin a little bit premature, so they didn't get the quick kill. It's a fire rod. All right, that's a fire source for Moon Pearl.
That is actually, and that actually as you said, that actually puts the Moon Pearl. So this is actually a really interesting question. So do you think Humbugh's just gonna do Ag in the Dark? Because he has both Castle Tower keys, right?
Yeah, he might. I think he definitely checks the items, and when he gets the fire rod, like, you might as well just do all of it. He has half magic as well, so he can use that fire rod quite freely.
Yeah, and he also has a couple of extra shots if he really needs to take it, right? If he misses the torch in the last room,
and you know, with having the mirror early as well, like that could be a quite strategic saving quick point to have.
Yeah.
But it looks like Humbugh is not even gonna grab the fire rod. He's above those things.
It's okay. You know, Skull Woods isn't really, you know, an important dungeon or anything. You know, we clearly have seen not many. We have seen several recent occurrences of runners skipping out on Skull Woods before entering, you know, a GT or something like that. Surely, you know, like Humbugh's just gonna follow trend here. Nice dash over the Ropa, under the Ropa. We are also going to Catfish on Humbugh's side. Not commonly seen. Humbugh also might die. Oh, is WallKicks going to Pod?
Yeah, looks like it. I thought it was going to Eastern first, but yeah, he might. I mean, if he's going to Pod, he could potentially combine both of them. But with having the bow already, it feels kind of awkward to go into Eastern. So you probably just do those pods here.
I cannot see WallKicks unless I think he is super desperate, or
Mhm.
Eastern is like completely isolated somehow. He is not gonna go into Eastern without that.
But
big
it's
team.
it's a bit awkward going into pod here as well. I think how many small keys do we have? One.
Yes, according to our trackers, it looks like it is only one small key, which as you are very 100% accurate, like it is a very not great number of keys to have for pod.
Yeah, it's not much you can do both in logic and like just in general.
Now, of course, there's nothing, stopping pod itself holding, like another pod small key inside its dungeon. But yeah, like, I mean, which we've certainly seen many a time before. But it's never really a great feeling coming here with only one key, with the possibility of getting locked out pretty early. Because as we're kind of like, as WallKicks kind of also showing too, right? So even to just get into pod is really, I mean, it's not like a very like let's flute to 6. And run up to desert, type. It's actually pretty. It's a good time investment.
Yeah, but also, I mean, with it being a little bit of a more niche play, that also means that if it's something here, it's more likely that only WallKicks will have those items for quite a while.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, well, just like, for example, apparently that fire rod is going to be in WallKicks' possession for a little bit. I don't know for how long, but it's certainly for a good chunk of the time over Humbug.
Yeah, then Agatara is kind of isolated for a while now for Humbug until it gets the lamp, most likely, or potentially Fire Rod could be locking lamp as well.
Yeah, my guess is that Humbug thinks that the Moon Pearl is probably lamp locked, so then, the lamp is somewhere, right, that he has left in the light world, which, is another location at Akatower, right? And so if that's the case, then, like, Humbug does not need the lamp to do anything, so...
If he finds the lamp in the Dark World, though, that should inform him that he skipped Fire Rod somewhere.
100%. It's a very interesting mimic room on WallKicks' side. This is kind of one of the drawbacks of having Master Sword with being so early, is sometimes they only the sword being registered. Oh look, hey, we got a fun compass.
He still got that mimic room faster than Humbug got the super speed at least.
Yeah, we found a Cane of Samaria on the Bowlock side. I mean, as you said, just kind of like a similar to Turtle Rock the key. It's it's a very requisite, but it's not requisite right now. But it is a very nice item to find early.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the emo, by the way, Walter. That's great. Is it here on ZSR?
It's mine.
Oh, it is yours. Okay. I like it.
We're gonna get a pet check.
Yeah, we are going to get a actual live real pedestal check. I'm guessing it is armor.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that while we are gonna get all of the pendants, it may not necessarily be something that WallKicks or Humbug would go back after.
Yeah, I think maybe honestly we could end up seeing Humbug picking that up. Because WallKicks is probably gonna do Skullwoods pretty early with the Fire Rod.
Yeah.
Humbug, he might have all 3 pendants when he beats Muffula.
True, yeah. Although I think we do need one Skullwood small key somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, you mean for logic?
Well, I mean, just to kind of even get back there, like we can, I think we can steal a key, right? But yeah, like,
you just grab one under a pot, and you can get there.
Oh great, WallKicks has a Master Sword, so we can actually get this pretty nice. Well, it's not necessarily the free check of Bombos, because Bombos takes forever, but it is going to be a convenient check for him to do. No flippers means that we are definitely not going to Swamp Palace, despite the fact that we do have that small key. Looks like
if there was any chance at all that Humbug was going to pull pad for armor, he's definitely not doing it anymore now. He's got the blue man here.
That's true, yeah.
Ooh. Shout it. That's a pretty good item to have. We have a lot on the mountain we could do now.
Yeah, suddenly, like, well, not suddenly, but like, yes, like with Mirror, with Hammer, with Hookshot. No, I mean, so I don't think Humbug does hover. Maybe he has on occasion. I don't think WallKicks does either, but yeah, with the Hookshot, Dark from Down now suddenly looks really, really appealing, right? Because you don't have to leave Hookshot Kit behind. Assuming we have mitts somewhere.
Yeah. We got a small key for pod as well. We're gonna need at least 4 of them if we want to full clear. 5 would be preferable.
Mm-hmm.
especially for WallKicks, because he opened that middle door, I think.
Yeah, WallKicks is actually, well, I mean, especially for crosskeys, he is a very big proponent of just opening the middle door in
Yeah.
pod. Not worth trying to save it or anything, and then because it
Mhm.
can, it can lead to like, quintuple mimics or something like that.
Yeah.
Not worth your time.
I think definitely in crosskeys it makes more sense because you I mean, when you go to pod here in this game mode, it's quite of a big track just to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So then you might try and get as much worth out of it as possible, while in crosskeys it might just be like right next to your house.
Yeah, having pod next to my house, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I mean, it is a dungeon, I guess, but yeah. But no, you definitely bring up a good point. As we kind of saw, right? Like, you really don't want to make multiple trips into pod. Like, getting into pod can actually be just as involved as clearing like the first part of a dungeon or something like that, right? It's probably around a minute or something like that just to get in, just because you have to go through all the turns and whatnot. All right, Humbugh demonstrating the easiest room in the game without the Cane of Samaria. WallKicks is going to have not a significantly easier time, but he's going to have a much faster time with that cane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have stolen the small key on West Lobby Pots in Skullwoods, but as you have mentioned before, Humbugh is he has not been to the first chest of Castle Tower, and so he is still missing that fire rod. Versus WallKicks, he's got hammer, he's got half magic. He is also going directly into Thieves Town. I absolutely cannot condone. I absolutely wholeheartedly support this.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think he did quite a bit of the south part already of the Dark World, so he could just go straight north after this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And of course, with the mirror, he can also go kind of scout out a bumper ledge. I mean, you still obviously need the cape for it still, but he can actually check it out. And then if he wants, he can do Graveyard Ledge into Catfish. But at least he can still do, but like his routing has certainly been very efficient in basically leading him to, like North Dark Worlds.
Oh, I like those like 7 steps into Skullwoods after you get picked up by the Wallmaster, use the mirror again.
Yeah.
That's probably some kind of like RNG setup.
Mm-hmm.
Manipulation going on there.
And these Wallmasters, I don't know. It's like I don't know. They're a very interesting enemy. It's like they always seem to know when to pick you up and when not to.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to help you.
Yeah.
Small kids shouldn't be wandering around and fighting monsters. We're gonna get both Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb here from Humbugh. I'm wondering if he feel like heading up the mountain after this, or otherwise, I don't know, pod maybe.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually very. Okay, we're just gonna forget that one bomb. The first bomb was was very defective. We definitely don't need it. But I think you actually bring up a good point too, because so Humbugh, he actually has a good, interesting point of divergence. So he can actually just run straight back over to the mountain. Right, because we don't have a flute. He has to go rescue Old Man. It's actually pretty close, honestly. Or you can just run straight down to pod. Mm-hmm.
I think Humbugh was the one who did save the Old Man already, right? So he could use save quite up there.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah, that's right, because he got the quick medallion. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. What is this key to? GT. He is out. So pod or mountain. We are going up the mountain. Okay, there's Paradox up here, there's Hera up here, he has the hook shot, we don't need that big key, and there's nothing ever in the big chest.
Yeah, for sure.
Guaranteed asterisk with the stamp. Anything in the front of Skullwoods, by the way? Did we even see any value?
Not really, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense for Humbugh to go up here, especially if he thinks that the lamp is available. So this would all be in logic as well.
Oh yeah, that's definitely very true. Yeah. Alright, we've got another Turtle Rock small key, so that is 2 small keys to Turtle Rock. So already, well, we don't know what we can, we don't miss. That's kind of like the biggest problem in order to basically get into some of these like late game dungeons. But it is certainly very interesting. Like, I don't know, so like Turtle Rock is not only, I mean, it's a stronger investment time-wise in order to even get out the mountain to begin with, but like, I don't know. Are you okay with basically just clearing out the dungeon with only 3 keys? Like that vanilla Big Key chest is always kind of like a gigantic question mark.
I mean, I think if you have the ability to clear it out with 3 keys, I think you always take it.
Okay, I think it's
It's just one of those, like, because the other potential is that all of a sudden you create another ice rod that you have to find.
Yeah, that's also very true. Yeah, like, you know, so like Turtle Rock small key go mode isn't a great feeling. My pod small key go mode is also a pretty terrible feeling. So yeah. Oh, by the way, we found the big key to Hera, so forget you know, leaving something in the big chest. We're definitely gonna go get it. You know, forget the basement. By the way, there's never anything in the basement.
It's that's definitely true. It's the big chest that has the goods, and the basement never has anything.
Exactly. I think what was the other? Maybe it was like casual boots cross keys or something like that, where like they didn't fix the small key in the pinball room in Skullwoods. I think I've seen people also do Skullwood small key go mode in that situation. That's also kind of painful.
I definitely done that a few times.
Okay. Oh, humbug.
Because I think in cross keys for a long time it was still a small key.
Well, I think even in today's like entrance branch, if you just like roll regular cross keys, like without the doors branch, it's still true. It's just like I think when they wanted the boot start, they had to use the doors branch, and then that used not static logic. WallKicks
right, we got our first boss fight here.
Yeah. WallKicks absolutely making sure, you know, for his team that, you know, if he's going to clear out at least one crystal, it's going to be Skullwoods.
Yeah.
Soon as Moth dies to the hammer, we're all good.
I think this is like WallKicks' audition to be on the same team as Duncan next year.
Yeah. League, survivors, you know, ladder partner, all good, you know. All right, that is
very nice haircut from Humbug there.
Yeah. You know, like there's a lot of discussion about, you know, oh man, when are we gonna get boosts? It is honestly the execution that you see from Humbug and WallKicks with boots, you know, just like this very fast Herapod is like super nice.
You can hear the random police showing up as soon as WallKicks gets close to that pedestal.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be red. It's red mail, right? You know, it's like danger mail.
Yeah. We don't want that. So there wasn't anything behind Skullwoods for now. So that's, I guess, kind of good news.
Yeah, which means that, you know, if Humbug just ends up coming back here, you know, he can just easily go most Skullwoods. I don't really think, because Humbug already spent so much time in the front, like the amount of time that WallKicks spent in the back is, you know, pretty negligible.
Yeah.
We have another pot key. Although the feels bad kind of moment for WallKicks though is that he, unfortunately, you know, he does have a mirror but no real flute. I think he wants to continue his path, right? He has to run out of Skullwoods, and it's okay, you know, it's fine. Like, you have to do it, but obviously it's, you know, still slower than, you know, mirroring or fluting or anything like that. Ooh. Suddenly, the urge to go to desert maybe has increased a little bit. We don't have a big key, understandably, but there's 2 more checks now in available.
Yeah, and without the flute as well, it's still kind of annoying to run over there. Does have 3 small keys for pod though, so if that's something that Humbug is feeling like doing, he could actually clear out pretty much all of it. Except for the boss and like the big chest.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good point. Yeah, 3 small keys is, I mean, what is it, Zelda says? Don't let friends full clear pod with only 3 small keys, but you know, without the big key, it's probably okay.
Which team is Zelda on now again?
That's actually a great point. Yeah, Zelda is actually with WallKicks, so you know what? Humbug. I think, you know, if you could just take Zelda's advice, just go to pod with 3 keys.
Zelda approved for Humbug to go to pod.
It's okay. Zelda is here, you know, with us in spirit, because, you know, WallKicks is also the Phoenix Wright sprite, and honestly, like, when Zelda plays WallKicks, we don't really know who's playing, you know, like, who's whom. because
Mhm.
you know they play very similarly. They have similar routing mentalities, and they use the same sprite. So, where did we get our flippers? Out of curiosity, I'm sorry, I must have forgotten.
It was. I
Was it
think it
on
was
some
up on the
paradox?
mountain. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, we got silvers already here in the first chest of swamp. Oh yeah, this is we can actually do the whole thing. Yeah?
Yeah, everything except for the big chest. And it does give us a green pendant as well.
Yeah, that's right. They ended up talking to Zahashua. Both of them did. So, yeah, this is actually going to be... And actually, you know what? Maybe the humbug was actually kind of thinking about this all along, right? We're going to clear out Swamp Palace, and then when we go over to the Eastern Pod area, like, we can go turn on the green pendant. So that's actually really nice, efficient routing.
Yeah, fairly good odds of getting at least one more pod key in here as well.
Oh yeah, that's also true. So actually, yeah, in 80 keys, you would just like do the whole thing, right? Like just go directly left side swamp and don't worry about it, right? Maybe. Nice hook, by the way. Yeah, it looks like Humbug is just honestly he's going directly over to the left side first.
Did he hookshot through the rail there?
He did, yeah. So so someone else in chat can maybe help us out here, like by the actual tech. But yes, it is something that you can actually save some time with.
Alright, so he's using black magic. I got it.
It's the power of the blue Yoshi. Yeah. Coincidentally, he lost his green captain power because alright. So Humbug's team is the Boomer Rangers. They're all different colored boomerangs. So Humbug is team captain, right? He is the green Boomer Ranger. I believe he has, relinquished his team captain status to Telethar because now he is the Blue Ranger, and Telethar was the blue one. So you can't have two blue ones, right? You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so WallKicks is gonna clear everything on the mountain that Humbug did. I think they will be getting exactly the same items up on the mountain, right? There's nothing extra you can do there.
Yeah, I don't think so, right? I'm actually trying to think so we also don't have any invincibility. I don't think there's enough for WallKicks to get through Spike Cave on this equipment. I'm trying to actually think if did he pick up maybe a fairy in Pod?
Might have. I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, because man, I'm trying to remember what he found in the front. I remember thinking it wasn't anything that was progression, but man, does he actually have enough health to just brute force this though? He has iframes from the fairy, 7 hearts, and whatever health he's gonna have after this. But maybe he also won't do Spike Cave. Maybe he'll go back.
Yeah,
too.
I think he hasn't done the Paradox Cave yet.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So
he's probably heading over there.
Right, yeah, I think we're missing flippers, and we're missing Tempered Sword. We have a Meyer Small. Never gonna complain about one Meyer Small. One day, nope. Walter, one day we're gonna see Fishbone Room, I believe it.
Yeah, you just play Door Rando, you get to see it quite often.
Yeah. Survivors of Hyrule, Door Rando Branch Edition. Pottery Lottery, oh man, that would be quite the survivor.
Yeah, I think no one would survive round one.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, so far it doesn't look like there's actually been anything. Oh, besides the silver, excuse me. Silvers are always really nice to see.
We got a big key for Skullwoods as well, which makes a potential for Humbug to triple dip Skullwoods today.
I can't wait. It's certainly like exclusive content, almost for like WallKicks and Humbug to triple dip a dungeon.
Yeah. I mean, if you play all dungeons key sanity and you don't triple dip a single dungeon, I feel like something is wrong with the game mode.
Yeah, it's like almost as if you're like trying to win a race or something.
Yeah.
Humbug. I'm not sure if he decided to just accidentally like miss like the 0 cycle start or something. Not often you get to see him, I guess, just kind of like hook and slash. Humbug's a very accomplished energy runner, so I think he's a lot of practice. with at least 0 cycle, on Tempered Sword. But yeah, speaking of Tempered Sword, yeah, that's where good thing WallKicks didn't skip Spiral because that's where his Tempered Sword was.
Yep. Right, so didn't get much in terms of progression. We got Powder and we got Big Key for Skullwoods. That was about it, I think. In
yeah. So actually, we are almost 40 minutes in. So one of the big ticket items I think we're missing on both sides is that we're still missing myths, right? This seems to be kind of locking us out of a lot of stuff. Of course, for Humbug, more notably, is that he does not have the fire rod that WallKicks does, which was in the first chest of Castle Tower.
Yeah, and he also doesn't have the cane yet, but he'll get that as soon as he gets to pod.
Yeah.
He will be able to go into. He'll probably go into desert here, and he has a small key that WallKicks didn't have that first time into desert. Looks like WallKicks might actually be heading back to Spy Cave anyways.
So WallKicks went up to Hera the first time, right? And then he didn't have the Hera Big Key, right?
Right.
And Humbug did because he went to Paradox. So I think this might be this looks like he's gonna.
Yeah, I was actually thinking earlier.
Yeah,
I was thinking earlier. I was like, oh, it's a little bit weird to go over to the Hera before Spiral, the entire East of Mountain. But good thing there's no keys there.
Yeah. WallKicks looks like he's having actually a little bit of trouble with Herapod.
Yeah, I think it's all that pressure from his teammates.
Oh yeah. I hope not. I think Dancy is. I mean, as everybody on both teams are just like super chill.
Yeah.
Okay,
Big key for Meyer.
Yeah, that's actually pretty important. So we don't have a flute. We don't have a myths, most notably. But we certainly are going to need that, as part of our all dungeons key sanity completion. WallKicks is going to be kind of disappointed, unfortunately. I mean, just like some natural sequencing of stuff, but also like it's only just for a compass here. So, But looks like no Spike Cave today. Y'all for WallKicks. Where are we going? We're probably going to go to Swamp, right? I assume.
Oh, I'm stupid. Obviously, WallKicks used the mirror to go up to Hera first. I was thinking he used a hook shot and went to East of Mountain and then looped over to Hera. But yeah, if he used the mirror, that makes sense that he did Hera first.
Yeah, so it looks like it's like right. So it may look like WallKicks is, I guess, like behind, quote unquote Humbug. It's just that keep in mind WallKicks also has like an entire Skullwoods completion, over Humbug as well.
Yeah, and I mean if we get mid soon, that could be quite awkward for Humbug because we pretty much have the ability to full clear Meyer at this point, but he doesn't have a fire source, so you would have to leave 2 items in there.
Yeah, the fire source or the flute. Actually, so yeah, a lot of stuff that.
Oh yeah, right. We kind of need the flute for Meyer. That's true. Well, it's slightly important.
Yeah, it's just it's just one of those other items that you kind of would like to have for AD keys. But I mean, even for Humbug, right? Like I'm actually so no, as you mentioned, no lamp has shown up. No flute has shown up. Right? A lot of if Humbug is also just assuming that the lamp was one of the locations that he kind of left in Light World, all the stuff he is doing in Logic, but we're gonna have to see right now, right? All of the mountain stuff, we haven't really found a way up there yet, logically.
Yeah, we might see Humbug go into Eastern and pod at the same time, just assuming that there's a fire source in Eastern.
Oh man, dude, just imagine if there's an actual lamp in Eastern. That's when is Humbug gonna go back for Castle Tower? Right?
I mean, at least that gives him a fairly good reason to go back to Castle Tower.
Because
then you have the lamp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess you can just clear out. He can just clear out Castle Tower.
So at that point, he could use.
Right.
Yeah, at that point he could just clear out Castle Tower whenever he feels like he wants a few minutes break to just think about his next move or something.
Yeah, he needs also time to mentally prepare himself because we're gonna be really scrutinizing his Aga hook speed. So
yeah, for sure. Ooh, there's the myths. That was actually locked behind Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that is. I think and everything here in Swamp is in Logic, correct? We got the hook shot out of East Down front. The mirror was in Blind's hut, I think, or it was pretty early. I don't remember where. And we also found the
Yeah, I
skull
think it
or
was in the
small
Minimal
skull.
Dorm Cave.
Yeah, that's right. All right, looks like the humbug, he's gonna take his investment, come over to Pod, and yeah, how many keys do we have? 3 keys? We have 3
I
small
guess
keys?
actually it's not in logic because the flippers were up on Death Mountain, and
Oh,
technically we
right,
still don't have
right.
logical
Okay,
access.
that's also very true. Yeah, WallKicks for sure knows this, right? At least so far, right? Because he found the fire rod in Castle Tower, which does put the moon pearl in logic, but humbug, I think it's right now it's kind of like a big question mark. Luckily, these guys can keep all of this logic stuff, potentially in their heads or tracking or whatever they use in order to make sure that they still complete the season. All right, so this is going to be Humbug's King of Samari on Bo's side, and then we're going to be able to see with his 2 more small keys than WallKicks had earlier. We're going to basically see some of the back.
Yeah, it should be able to grab the majority of the stuff in the air.
Yeah, and I have full confidence in Humbug. He's gonna be able to do the Dark Maze, and he doesn't have to do, and as we said, like no big key means that we don't have to go to the basement of Pod, and so that room can be a bit more dangerous with. With no bomb, with no medallions, or no useful medallions, and like no fire source, basically, in order to kind of light your ways to see the turtles. Yes, okay, yeah. So that was WallKicks' fairy in a bottle, which still kind of questionable if he could brute force by cave, but yeah, certainly very understandable.
Yeah, it probably could, but it would be tight.
It would be very, very tight. And also, I think he also did spend a good amount of time. Like, he had to go back to Hera, like, a second time, right? And it wasn't exactly, like, a very quick trip back. It was, he had to do more than just kind of, like, poke his head in. So maybe he wasn't feeling spending another, 50 seconds in Spike Cave. Speaking of... let's not go back, okay? Well, Humbug can't do anything with that key because he still has no fire source.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, WallKicks, once he sees that, hopefully he'll just be in mostly go mode, right? Yeah, we don't want to go back.
Yeah, it's at least with mitts you have a reason to go back up the mountain. So maybe you do it at that point.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so Humbug's actually gonna take his key and open up Harmless Hellway. He does get a bug net out of it, which, it's actually a pretty nice item. We even do have another bottle to catch a fairy or be with, but probably not the thing that he was necessarily looking or hoping for.
Maybe he can use that bug net on Aga, like not to deflect the balls, but you can just hit him with the bug net so he can't move.
Can we keep Aga in a bottle, do you think? Do you think we need a bigger bottle or bug net?
He's a magician, right? He can just turn himself small.
True, yeah.
And it's also probably a magic bug net.
Actually, what was it in the official, like, Nintendo Power or Nintendo whatever, the like the guide or something like that? Was that called a magical bug net? It might have been.
It wouldn't surprise me. Everything is magic when it comes to
true.
Zelda.
I think it's either like the magic hammer too. I don't even think it's just like a regular hammer. Like, it's. Speaking of, though, we are here. Potentially, we're gonna have some. So Humbug, as you predicted, he's gonna try and combine Pod Eastern together in one trip, and we're gonna actually see in this case what WallKicks is gonna be missing out on without that Eastern Big Key. Now, if Eastern Big Key is here, by the way, like, I think that's a very strong advantage for Humbug. I don't. Yeah,
that would be. It would be kind of funny. We gotta get some vanilla items.
Yeah, we've already got both bows, so certainly they can't be here anymore.
Okay, there's the flute.
Yeah, that's a pretty required item here in Eastern Palace.
Puts everything back in logic as well.
Yeah, at least going up the mountain too, right? Yeah.
And it would be very interesting to see if Meyer is Quake required here.
Yeah, because as you pointed out, so like once we just have the mids and the flute, we can actually potentially get into Meyer. We have the big key, we can full clear it.
Yeah, Yeah, it's kind of awkward because Humbug doesn't have the fire source for Meyer to full clear it, and
Oh yeah, that's actually what I
and
was
for
thinking.
WallKicks he doesn't have that big key yet because it's in desert. But I mean, as soon as he gets the flute, he could just get into desert so much faster. Because he's gonna grab the mist here as well.
We
he
are
saves and
leaving.
quits, though.
We are leaving. We had a Dark World portal.
Yeah, he was
there.
heading to pod, but
yeah, but I mean, I guess like on Humbug stuff, we didn't really see very much. I think in the backup pod.
yeah, I mean it's a good call. Only that he is also gonna leave that flute behind.
Well, I think leaving the flute behind at Eastern Palace, I think was going to be almost a given. But I guess like the more stuff was like if there's going to be something in the backup pod, right? WallKicks definitely was going to be missing out on that. We're going to in this case see where the Eastern Big Key is, and you know how much WallKicks decides to kind of stick to his initial principles.
Yeah,
I mean if Eastern Palace Big Key is up here, right? It's like WallKicks, I can definitely see him go to Eastern Palace for sure.
No, I just want him to skip Eastern completely. You know, even if you get the big key, you just wait until it's nothing else to do.
Yeah. You know, some people
stick by your principles there.
Yeah. You know, well, talking about sticking, so like, that with a Shady, Marty, and Zelda were on the Eastern skippers like in League, and they did not skip Eastern once. It was actually very disappointing.
Yeah, that's can't trust anyone these days.
I know, yeah.
Right, so Hookshot Cave coming up here. Magic or the Bunny Cave didn't really have anything. And looks like Humbug is gonna go back for that fire road now finally.
You got a small
for Feast Town.
Yeah.
Always nice to get before the big one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we do of course have the hammer, so it's gonna be pretty nice. Once we eventually do get the Thief's Down Big Key, which is still at large.
Yeah, we could potentially get into Turtle Rock here as well. We have 2 small keys and 1 big, but we don't have the medallion, unfortunately.
Yeah, looks like it is ether required, so we're going to just put that off just for a little bit longer. There is Humbug's Fire Rod, which, I think in his head is like, okay, that is my Moon Pearl and Logic. I don't know how bad he'll feel necessarily about not having the Fire Rod specifically versus the lamp, but, he's here now, so...
Yeah, I mean, it didn't hurt him too much. The only thing was he could have done Skullwoods in one go.
Yeah, but now he has the mirror and he has the flute, right? He can just go back to Skullwoods and then, like, leave, right? He doesn't have to run out, for example.
Yeah. So he's gonna clear Agate Tower, probably head over to Skullwoods, clear that, maybe go over to like Meyer after that.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. WallKicks though, taking that fire rod, he's in the midst. He is going directly over to Ice Palace, another fan favorite dungeon. Big key, means that we can't get everything, but again, there's.
I have been told that every time WallKicks plays Key Sanity, there's always ice. Keys in Ice Palace, so
perfect.
He should be good to go.
So, yeah. I just hope that he doesn't. You know what? Not having the Ice Palace Big Key, at least right now, means that there's absolutely 0 chance of him accidentally locking himself, trying to get, out of or into, the big key or the big chest.
Yeah. Who would ever do something like that?
Of course, no one would ever have such a thing happen to them. Yeah, certainly not in a race situation.
Yeah, that would be a silly thing to do.
Yeah. All right, okay, Humbug. Let's see this. Let's see if this is fridge worthy or if this is leaderboard worthy. Okay. That's actually that's a pretty good time. Even right side too. So. Good job, Humbug.
Would he mess it up afterwards here?
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say we can let Humbug's teammates also chime in with the evaluation of Agahook's speed. Another Turtle Rock Smoky here in Ice Palace. We can't get in, as we saw WallKicks side is Ether, but it's yeah, if we can get all 4 Turtle keys, man, that is super comfortable to be able
Yeah,
to
then
go
we
in there
only
with all
need
the
like
keys.
2 ice rods and then we can beat it.
Yeah, that's right. You think we can get like progressive ice rods in this mode? Or something? I don't know. I don't even know what the first ice rod would do, honestly.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
second ice rod.
Would that be like they number the agate tower keys? Like this is agate key number 1.
Yeah.
You get key number 2.
Yeah, we have you know, we have disposable ice rods, right? So you know, like how many hits do you need for the head? For the fire head,
depends on
right?
what weapon you have, I guess.
Yeah, so maybe you know the ice rod, like the first ice rod can only fire like 2 shots or something, so you need like the second one.
I mean, that would make people use bow on that move more often, at least.
Yeah, see, always incentive.
And there would definitely not be any potential where you could soft lock yourself there in those hits.
Oh, absolutely not, of course.
Right, we did get Ether in Ice Palace, so this actually gives us more or less all of Tetrarch except for the boss. Humbugh is going to be able to check the big chest here as well. Something we haven't seen yet.
That's right, yeah. This actually could be a really good thing for Humbugh if something's here. Because WallKicks coming back here, right? Skullwood's big chest is kind of isolated for him.
Mm-hmm.
It is only 10 arrows, so WallKicks is at least safe, so long as he doesn't come back. Look at WallKicks even using sword beam strats on Coulter. He has gold sword. He's using
and he has half magic.
Yeah. He's
like,
just showing off at this point.
I mean, I guess it makes the animation go a bit faster here after
That's true.
the boss completion.
Yeah. All right. So do you think Humbugh is going to pull the pedestal? So I mean, right now Humbugh has his choice of basically picking his favorite teammate, right? So he's already blue mail. So he's been, so I believe he's been favoring Talithar for this whole time. But then, we can actually see if he decides to, replace Talithar with like.
The thing is, I never think, and the second thing is, he only has 2 pendants.
Oh, true.
Which would make it
that's actually that's
awkward.
a very great point.
Maybe he could get like the boots and the shirt and just leave the pants. Alright, so WallKicks, he's going up the mountain again. He's going for that Tetrarch way. Alright, so Humbugh jumping down and doing short work of Mothula here.
That is a very solid 9 out of 10. Very Humbugh-esque fight for Mothula. By the way, like, why is the fight so short? Because, like, the music is actually really good.
Yeah.
I wish it were a bit longer. Yes.
Yeah, blame Humbugh.
Take longer. Yeah, I agree. Can you take longer next time? Don't come in here with tempered sword and like make everything comfortable. Like you can use the hammer. Like WallKicks, like he used sword beams, right? And on Cold Stare, right?
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna see 2 new dungeons here, Tetrarch and Mire. I haven't seen anything in those yet, and there's a lot of items in both of them. This could be like a divider in this race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, alright, and so WallKicks is here in Turtle Rock. I mean, granted for the first time, but he's also kind of missing the ice rod.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, so, like, what would you do here? Would you open Vanilla Big Chest? Would you just forget it? Would you just go all the way to Laser Bridge?
I imagine he'll go to Laser Bridge, and if there's no ice rod there, maybe he'll mirror back and do the lava chest.
Mm-hmm.
He could even take a death then before mirroring back, just to like save scum that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good point. I totally... I forgot about save something. That is definitely a thing.
Yeah, it's what you do if you want to go for like coward tactics, which I feel like WallKicks probably does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it also could just be, you know, more conservative tactics, right? You know, to make
Yeah,
sure you get everything.
Exactly. That's a synonym, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody has red mail, right? So clear. You know, can any of their actions really be cowardly?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Actually, yeah. Well, so while it doesn't necessarily matter here at 80 keys, but do we actually have full knowledge of pendants and crystals? I think we don't still, right? One.
Yeah, I don't think we have yet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we picked up. I know we skipped one map for sure. I think it was just kind of laying. Oh, Desert Ledge. Yeah, that was one.
I think really it doesn't really matter too much yet.
Yeah.
As soon as we have the possibility of being able to clear all the crystals, that's kind of when it starts mattering.
Yeah,
then we can head into Gennis Tower as well.
Yeah, actually, so if it's 80 keys, like, do you just kind of like try and rush GT then as soon as you are able to?
I think if you have the possibility to clear all the crystals, you do that. You probably clear the pendants you can on the way as well. But after that, like, there's no reason not to go there, I don't think. Like, I think the odds of progression being in GT is a bit lower, but there's just so many checks that it's quite likely at that point that at least something is there anyways.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also probably if you're just gonna get, I guess, at the end of your pendant dungeons, right? Although we do have 2 pendant dungeons cleared already, so maybe for this particular seed there won't be too much, you know, possibilities kind of left in GT. But I mean, we also don't know what that last pendant is. I mean, like, if it's pod, for example, right? You know, the pod big key. Like, I think you're probably just gonna look for density at that point, you know?
Yeah, it would have to be a big key in GT at this point.
Yeah. We got another pod key, speaking of. So we only have 4 pod keys. So WallKicks probably feeling a little bit better going to the back, but I think, I don't know, I mean, maybe he's also waiting, you know, for that pod big key as well before going back so he can full clear out the dungeon. He also we kind of need like an Eastern big to kind of also push him back over there. Sorry, not him being WallKicks, not humbugh. Humbugh's already his Eastern. Yeah, but we definitely WallKicks is gonna, I think, get bottleneck kind of soonish. Based on that flutes.
Yeah, I think WallKicks didn't check what the 5/6 crystal was, and there's the ice rod by the way. So that's pretty sick. He'll be able to check those the big bomb after this if he like menus and becomes aware.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. I mean, WallKicks like certainly made a very good call coming into Turtle Rock. I mean, you know, as you said, like we don't have the 4th Turtle Rock small key, right? So the middle of Bicky chest or lava chest is, yeah, I mean, it's kind of sit there. But I mean, like honestly, like, you know, well.
Yeah, I think
like
if you called up WallKicks before he headed in here on the Discord call and you just told him that flute was in Eastern, he'd probably go here still anyways without the
I am 100% agreed with you. WallKicks also needs to not die here. I think he still doesn't have his fairy, but still. I also like it, by the way, how WallKicks, like, you can kind of tell, like, he's like an amazing cross keys runner because, so, his bootsless laser skips that we're seeing here, like, is better than his boots laser skips.
Yeah.
Because he's just so used to coming here on 3 hearts. Oh, I found Turtle Rock laser burst. Let's just go, you know, without boots.
Yeah, and I think like bootsless and boots laser skips they're kind of the same in time wise.
Oh yeah, time wise, yeah. I think you're right. WallKicks also he's acting like that. He is red mail, by the way. He's just gonna take everything.
They did get the big key for Desert as well, so that could push him back there. We'll give him the Meyer big key as well.
Yeah, and of course, right. He doesn't have the flute yet though from Eastern. But yeah, that Eastern big key is kind of that large. I guess I'm kind of curious to see if Eastern's going to be a pendant. Like, if it's a pendant, that could be some... That could be some pretty worrisome times for
according to Humbugh's tracking, the pod is a crystal. And we'll get to
Okay,
see. We'll probably get to see my. Well, yeah, we just got confirmation here. Myers
it's the
pendant.
last pendant. Okay. So that means that the Eastern Big Key cannot be a GT because Eastern's a crystal, right? So yeah, so there's gonna be some hope in this case for WallKicks in order to single dip Eastern Palace.
Yeah, that means really nothing that we need is gonna be able to be in Gas Tower.
Yeah, this is actually quite. Oh well, actually, do we have the GT Big Key? I guess as always.
Right. This is real key sanity.
Yeah, this is real. Yeah, so I mean that thing is still at large. That's
Actually, you know, it's in fake key sanity. It's even more likely you get the big key in Gas Tower. But yeah, that would be the only thing.
Alright, we're gonna finally with the Cane of Berna and half magic. We're gonna see in this case what Spike Cave is. We did not get the Hera small key out of pod on WallKicks' side, so Hera is kind of, you know, not worth this. Oh my god. Oh, that's a great item to see if you have the flute.
Yeah. Yeah, Telefar in chat making interesting prediction here. If this is the big key for, it's for pod. But yeah, big key for Eastern could be in Meyer, and that would be kind of bad news for WallKicks.
Yeah. WallKicks is okay. He's actually gonna check the Skull Woods big chest. What else does he have kind of left in this area? Maybe he's gonna do Smith Chain.
Yeah, he can do Smith Chain. He can do powder at the same time.
Oh yeah. That's true. Yeah, so he can basically run straight down, right? So he also picked up the shovel in Turtle Rock as well. So yeah, he's and then with the mirror and everything like that, he's gonna make this pretty.
Yeah, so he could do the entire chain and then go into desert at the same time, just clearing that out.
That's really great, actually, on WallKicks. Yeah, and then, like without the flute, this is actually really efficient in terms of overall routing because you're just running basically from one like quadrant to another.
Yeah.
Alright, the hope for WallKicks is still alive. So far, we've got 4 items. One of them in Meyer is, of course, a pod big key, which is not necessarily the greatest news for WallKicks. But, you know, going into Eastern Palace, like just solo Eastern Palace versus going in the pod play is significantly faster. So, not going to be too big of a time loss. We're still missing that lamp, by the way.
Yep. It has to be somewhere. I wouldn't be too surprised to see it on one of these locations in the Smith Chain that we're about to do.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, because we got the flute in Eastern, which was sphere, whatever, 0, 1, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so all the mountain stuff is in logic, which means swamp is in logic. Yeah. Without the lamp lane. Alright, so we're gonna see, in this case, I don't actually know if we're gonna do Spooky in the dark on Humbugh's side.
No, we're not. Because he already ruined it.
Yeah, that's right. We already have a bomb out too, so we got a small key too. Oh, okay, it's fine. We're just gonna pretend we didn't see that key. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Humbugh is probably going to Turtle Rock before doing this Myth Chain anyway, so like they're probably both gonna orphan that location.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is, you know, part of the fun of AD keys is just going through and, you know, just kind of writing off locations that you're just having to go back to.
Yep.
Alright, nice vitreous fight with silver arrows.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because this game mode wants you to skip nothing, but it also forces you to skip stuff.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah. Because certain locations is just that you just like never want to go back to, or you don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't really want to. Or it's like I need 6 keys, or I need 5 keys to go into pod or Turtle Rock or whatever, and it's like you really only want to make one trip in for sure. So that was okay. So we did get the pod big key out of Meyer cutscene chest, the vanilla big key.
Yep.
So yeah, I think as you have rightfully predicted, Humbug is going straight over to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, this is gonna be good news for him. He's gonna get one more crystal. He's gonna be able to clear desert after this as well. He only really needs 2 big keys after clearing out Turtle Rock here.
Yeah, he needs so collectively still they need Eastern
Oh,
Palace
3.
big key.
Yeah, 3 big keys.
Yeah, Eastern Palace, they need desert. Or sorry, not desert, Thieves Town. What is the last one that we need?
GT.
Oh, right, that pesky minor detail that sometimes you just forget about.
Yeah, it looks like Smithshane was actually didn't have anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a lot. Well, we got a lot of Turtle Rock Smoky. So I mean, all of these Turtle Rock keys are supposed to still, be present somewhere, in terms of logic.
Yeah, but I mean,
but yeah.
At this point, getting that last Turtle Rock key is actually worse than nothing, because that makes it.
Yeah, because that exactly. Yeah.
Availability to go back.
Exactly. Yeah. You have the temptation of having to go back, and it's just bad.
Yeah, I think in like Keysanity most, they should just allow overworld glitches to get back into Turtle Rock.
Or if you have to go back in the swamp, like there's some way you can like save your portal or something. Honestly, but I guess these guys have already beaten Aga too. Aga. Yeah. They've already beaten Aga as well, so no chance of saving portal.
Or Humbugh beat Aga, but WallKicks haven't done that yet.
WallKicks has not. Yeah. Also, that's actually a really good point too. So WallKicks does have both Castle Tower keys now, but yeah, it's kind of maybe dependent on he is just gonna try and save Aga for like the end game. Yeah, we did see on Humbugh's side that it was 20 rupees or something in the Dark Cross or in the Dark Maze chest. So, he's definitely not gonna hurt WallKicks in order to if he doesn't do it on the senior side.
Yeah, at this point, WallKicks won't really need to do Aga until after GT. It won't really be another good opportunity unless it's like checking the big bomb.
Right, which WallKicks can. Well, he doesn't know it yet, but you had pointed out earlier that it is actually possible. We knew that from
yeah,
side.
He might be doing a map check soon just to see like what he has left.
I don't actually know how often WallKicks ever does map checks. I don't think they're very frequent. Maybe he'll do.
Probably not. I think he does map checks more often than he menus at least.
Mm-hmm. So we did see WallKicks do a slightly unconventional Holster fight. Do you think WallKicks will also do a slightly unconventional Landless fight?
You mean he pulls out the regular arrows?
It's unconventional for him, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it would be nice to see him go for that 10 cycle, but I don't know if he will do it.
Maybe after the 7th cycle he can switch back over. If he gets that far, of course. I think
WallKicks still doesn't do much NMG, right?
Yeah, that is very correct. Actually, that's another thing that WallKicks and Zelda have in common is I think the combined number total of NMG runs between them is countable with on 2 hands basically.
Oh really? I thought Zelda was a big NMG runner.
Zelda, I believe, has a once a year threshold or maybe quota to fill, and I think he already did it in 2023, or maybe he hasn't. I don't remember.
Right. So does anyone know how old Zelda is?
That's a good question.
He's done one since the game came out, right?
Maybe as a kid.
Alright, so did we have anything on Desert?
No, I don't think so. It didn't actually look like it. No, we saw 20 rupees in the big chest, and we got another crystal out of Desert. It looks like this is gonna be WallKicks'. Does he know? Sorry, did he do magic?
He might know. Not sure why else he would take this portal unless he's heading back to Pot or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this. I mean, so I'm gonna assume that this is gonna be a big bomb. Maybe he'll just be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, he might go and check it and then. Nah, he might have done a menu.
Okay.
He's grabbing it no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. I do appreciate the lack of muscle memory, as in like sometimes, especially for cross runners, you go in and then you just go talk to the bomb shop guy anyway, and then not even realizing that the big bomb is just already there for you.
Does he say anything different if you talk to him when he has the big bomb available?
I think it does. Like, I think maybe he'll say something like, here is the bomb or something like that. Because like if you talk to him and you don't have them, he's like, bring me the crystals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. So this is a fairly good chance of getting something in here because it's not much left we have open. What else? We have Hyrule Basement. Oh, big key for Eastern.
Oh my gosh. WallKicks has held out. He is feeling, it doesn't actually matter if he wins or loses this race. He is victorious by his own rights. He is able to single dip Eastern Palace. I think that's the only thing that he probably cares. I'm sure he also cares about his teammates and the competition, etc., but I think
he's gonna be so excited. He's even gonna just go mode this and skip the flute and everything.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, actually, and I mean, like while the flute has actually gotten Humbugh a good amount of like overworld travel, kind of under his belt, saved some time. In terms of progression, though, like we did, like outside of the pod big key in Mire, it hasn't really been too much else, right? And again, WallKicks coming. We're gonna go into pod first. I guess I was gonna say like just coming back to Eastern isn't gonna be that big of a deal. So he's gonna be missing out on the pod big key that's in Mire, but at least he's gonna be able to get the flute out of this.
Yeah, I mean, you need to go into Eastern before you can get the pod key anyways.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And for WallKicks, from WallKicks' perspective, like for all he knows, right, the pod big key is just here at Eastern.
Yeah, and this is gonna even up the amount of items both runners need for go mode as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, so right, we have not seen between WallKicks and Humbugh, we have not seen the back of Eastern, right? Because Humbugh doesn't have the Eastern big key yet.
Yeah.
And so what else haven't we seen?
Hyrule Basement.
Where is this? Oh, Hyrule
and Lava Chest in Turtle Rock. All of these fun locations.
Oh.
What else have we not seen?
We're gonna find that lamp eventually, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
In
maybe
one of these really fun locations.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me if it's in Lava Chest. Depending on where all those 4 small keys were, though. Well, how many keys do you need for that? Is it 4 or 3?
It is 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4. Because I think you can go all the way. You can open up all of the chests, right?
Yeah.
All of the door keys before going to the lava chest. So I think it's 4. Alright, there was nothing in Eastern Big Chest as well. Did we go to Vanilla Big Key Chest on WallKicks side? Did I just miss it?
We did not.
Okay.
He is skipping it.
WallKicks is skipping something? Amazing. I don't know.
Yeah, because at least either he did it super fast, like in inhuman speed, and the compass is lying at the same time, or he skipped it.
Yeah, the timing was what really kind of like threw me off. Was like there's no way he's back here in the back of Eastern, right? If he also took like a minute or whatever to go back, but I think the compass you also pointed out is probably much more accurate than we can ever give it credit. But yeah, so I think from Humbugh's side,
that's a big key. Oh, for ice puzzle. That's another fun location.
Okay, we're now we're just gonna no lamp all of these small key, big key locations, right? Big key to Ice Palace is one. We're also gonna forget about the big key to Swamp Palace when we go find it. Vanilla big key chest in Turtle Rock. They just don't exist.
Yeah, if you had the option to go to Hyrule Basement, Lava Chest, or Ice Big, which one would you pick first?
I don't know. Could I have some chocolate first before I'm making this decision?
Yeah,
It would be kind of stress me out a little.
Yeah, it's. Where was that Hera basement key, by the way?
It was in the back of pod. Compass chest,
Okay.
maybe?
Okay.
Humbug has such a good, like, the Octopath 2 MSU, you know, thank you Humbug, by the way. I was just gonna complain that if you use silvers here, like, the MSU is cut down so short, you know? But then Humbug decided to be nice and just extend out the time, you know, for longer for this MSU. At
first I thought you were gonna say Humbug is so good at boss fighting at the same time as he missed that one cycle with the silvers.
So you know what, this is why we practice. You know, he still has Lambos 2 in the top of GT. Surely, you know, he will have just gotten all of his mistakes out of the way before that fight.
We're getting a mushroom shake. We haven't seen that as well. I don't think.
That's true. Alright, it's just WallKicks is also gonna pick this up. Oh, he wanted the full kill. I gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, because he's going to Meyer next.
Yeah. Okay, so in this case, we know that the Thief's Sound Bicky has to be somewhere, it sounds like, in one of these terrible location checks. And so the best case scenario, I guess, would be that GT Bicky is just in the back of Thief's Town. You don't have to go finish up GT. But I guess if it's...
That would be nice.
Oh yeah, and then that's right. We also have a couple of other pod locations as well that Humbug is going to go back to. Yeah, so he did open up Harmless Hellway. We got a bug net out of it, but yeah, we're going to be able to get Vanilla Bicky chest, and then also going to be clear out the boss. This is a Bicky too. Oh no!
Oh yes!
Oh no!
Yes,
oh, no.
Now we have all of the terrible locations.
Forget this! Oh my gosh! Just put it back! Just put it back, Humbug. Alright, just
I
pretend
guess,
literally you don't see it.
I guess we did forget that we haven't seen Big Chest or Helmsor here as well, so could get bailed out. Could be one of those.
True. I mean, we're gonna be pretty happy if we see 8. Okay, there are only 2 big keys left, right? That we have left to find. So any
3.
big key is.
Oh no, yeah, 2.
Oh right, we're missing Eastern and we're missing Thieves, right? So because those are not.
But
Thieves,
combined, we've seen everyone
right,
except
yeah,
for the
right.
2. Yeah.
Yes. Well, okay, so WallKicks, I think, is probably one of the first intentional skippers, I guess, of something along the path, right? So both Humbug and WallKicks have skipped out on Twitter Rock and the Bicky chest, right? Which is very understandable, right? Because you're only going there with 3 keys. And Humbug, he hasn't done the Smooth Chain yet, so he doesn't even know about the 4th one. WallKicks, though, I believe intentionally skipped the Eastern Palace Bicky chest, right? It is a pretty long check, and if he does not go back to Eastern, then it will certainly have it's time that he is gained over Humbug. The hope, of course, is that he does not skip out on the Vanilla Cutscene chest here, because that is 100% required Bicky, which is odd.
Yeah, that would be slightly awkward.
Yeah. But I think that was maybe the rest of the value here in pod.
I feel like it's like a little bit more scary to skip things as well when you're in a team, because like normally you can just take all the responsibility on yourself and you're like, oh, okay, I skipped it, I lost. But when you lose and like it becomes the entire team's loss, like it's I don't know, it's a little bit less
it is
scary.
Yeah, like, so I can't speak for any of WallKicks' or Humbug's for that matter. Like, I can't speak for any of their teammates. I would like to think that they're honestly like just like very, very, I guess, like chill about everything, right? I mean, I don't think they would ever blame WallKicks or Humbug for that matter for a loss. But like right? Like if you have a loss, like you feel the personal responsibility, that you like let down the team. I totally understand that feeling.
Yeah, I mean, even like no matter like how like I don't think anyone would be angry at him, but it's still like it hurts a little bit more
for sure.
if you skip something intentionally and you lose.
Yeah, well, right, especially for this particular a format of competition, right? So, so it's kind of like one thing, I mean, if you're on like League, or in type of like co-op thing, right? Where, if you lose a match, you lose a match, you just go on to the next round or whatever, right? But I mean, here, like, if WallKicks loses, he cannot play for his team for the remainder of the series, and it is a lot of pressure, for the remaining team member Dante, right? To
and is this the last group round, or like
This is the last of the first 4. So like everybody has to play at least once, right? And so so Aerie played Magnet Hands, and Aerie took the win, so that is on Team Humbugh. So that's one person for them. Telethar played Zelda and Cross Keys, and Telethar took the victory. So Zelda is eliminated. And then it's Dante won over Structural Mic and Randomizer. So Dante's on WallKicks team, and so this is gonna be like the last of the 4 matches.
Okay.
Yeah. So right. So if WallKicks wins, Humbugh will be eliminated, and at least it'll be 2-2, right? But if WallKicks loses, right, it's a much, as you said, it's not the end per se, right? It's just a lot more pressure.
Mm-hmm. I hope that, like, if WallKicks end up losing today, I'm not saying I hope he's gonna lose. I'm just hoping if it ends up like that his team just finds the biggest backpack they can find on Amazon to send to Dante so he can carry them all.
Oh my gosh! All right, someone figure out how to Amazon Prime Dante a backpack, just in case. We're not hoping for anything here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. It looks like okay. So WallKicks is finishing up Meyer. Also doing Meyer in the dark without the lamp, because who needs a lamp at this point? He by the way, very good news for WallKicks is that he did not skip the Novelty chest. That would, as you said, would have been pretty awkward.
Yeah, and he's gaining some time back here now with Humbugh doing the Smith chain as well. And I imagine that the first thing that WallKicks is going to do after this is go back to pod as well, and then I think they're both like in that situation of like where to go next.
Yeah, well, where else can we? So and Humbugh still has to clear out the back of Eastern Palace, right?
Yes. Yeah, he still haven't gotten that key yet, but I imagine he'll get that after this.
Yeah, that's actually true, because Humbugh, I think's options, I'm not even sure what other options he has after Smith Chain other than like Pyramid Fairy, because I guess WallKicks still has Catfish. Because I don't think WallKicks
possible. Yeah, that's quite possible. I'm pretty sure someone did Catfish at least.
Yeah, Humbugh for sure did Catfish. I remember him going pretty early, and I mean, nothing was there, so. So this is gonna be Humbugh's gonna finish up the Smith Chain. I assume he's gonna do Pyramid Fairy, and then he's gonna get his Eastern Big, and then he's gonna finish Eastern. And WallKicks is kind of on his way to do Pod. This, I think, his WallKicks is like 5th trip into Pod or something like that. I mean, this is basically like the inverted version of AD Keys. We're just gonna come.
I mean,
as many times.
To his credit, there was like one of those trips he only went up to Pod, and then he bailed.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was absolutely the right decision. Like, we had something he saw from Humbugh's side. Like, there wasn't anything in the back of Pod, and he just got mids, right, which opened up so much.
Yeah,
he didn't even have Pod Big Key at the time, right? And so it would have been maybe a couple extra checks. So definitely the right call. It's just kind of unfortunate that you've already kind of made the initial investment into going to Pod.
Yeah, so do you think, who will do this fastest? WallKicks full clearing Pod, or Humbugh going to the back of Eastern after doing Pyramid Fairy?
That's a great question. It's actually,
I think after that, like, honestly, they are pretty much, they've done everything that the other runner has, I think.
So WallKicks hasn't done Aga yet. Like,
right.
Yeah, but we're still kind of missing that lamp, right? So where the heck is this? Like, again, like, well, I guess we've already, you've already mentioned a couple of pretty terrible locations where the lamp can be. I'm gonna assume that WallKicks can do Dark Aga, like with a Fire Rod.
Yeah, we know at this point, I think for sure that we're gonna have to go to one of those terrible locations, potentially all of them. And it's just, it kind of sucks when you know that you're gonna have to do one of those, and you know that the lamp is gonna be one of those. So potentially you just go to that location and you just get lamp instead of progression.
Yeah. I mean, the hope is that, well, okay, so we know though that the lamp right now is just kind of blocking crystals, right? I mean, like, you know, like for example, we technically can't beat Hob without the lamp, except, you know, or Meyer, right? But I mean, right now they have the fire rod, so like, right, maybe the hope is that you go to a terrible location with progression, right? I mean, you know, like it's like I guess like it's an okay feeling. You find the lamp, you're like, okay, great, everything's logic now, but then you still need the things down big key, and it's just too big key. Nice hammer dash on Humbug's side. Always nice to see. You'll see that hammer being used in Eastern. Yeah, so it looks like maybe WallKicks has... Oh, he's gonna finish up Dark Maze, and then he just has Helma. And so it looks like he's gonna... Oh man, getting back to Helma is actually kind of slow too.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah, I think actually Humbug's gonna be done, or it's gonna be... I mean, he's like, if the Humbug's not gonna be out of Eastern before WallKicks, it's gonna be pretty close.
But yeah, even if they get out at the same time, you know, that's an advantage for Humbug since he has the AGA completed.
Yeah. Yeah, and they can't really kind of get into GT either because of these sound big. So UK, all right. So you know, so remember like, like normal rando, you know, sometimes you clear up all your crystal dungeons and you're just like, okay, I have 2.5 pendant dungeons left to go clear. Let's flip a coin, right? And let's go hope I pick correctly. But normally these pendant dungeons aren't that painful, I guess, to go back to. And yeah, some of these locations, Swamp Big Chest, Turtle Rock Big Chest, or Turtle Rock Big Key Chest, yeah, they're kind of bad. So where would you go, Walter?
Honestly, I don't know. Ice Palace, I feel, is like fairly fast when you can do Icebreaker. Swamp is you know, it's not too bad either. I think Turtle Rock is the worst one.
Yeah, that's.
And I think if you do Turtle Rock, you probably do her basement on the way.
And I guess for Humbugs too, like he would do Spike Cave, probably as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. He hasn't done Spike Cave, but it looks like he is going back to Ice Palace here.
It's okay. Yeah. Well, we can do a stack approach, right? We just got the Ice Palace Big Key, so let's just go to Ice Palace. That's also fine. Now I think for WallKicks though, he might just end up doing Aga Tower now, right? Because there is still one more item back there.
Yeah. So, but I think he got both items.
Oh no, you're right. He just needs to clear Aga. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, he just needs to clear Aga for the completion. You're right.
But yeah, I think Ice Palace, which Humbug is going to, is the fastest of these like terrible checks. Which probably means that it's not the progression, just because.
Yeah, I guess that's how the game works.
It's gonna be like the last pod key or something.
Oh, that's So what can we still be? What can we still get in this case in terms that can like open or that can put things more in logic? Yeah, we can get last pot small key. We can get the lamp.
Yep. But I mean, silver lining at least is they still haven't gotten a shield yet. I know WallKicks is not the biggest fan of those.
Where did Humbug get his shield?
They're probably getting all three while we're looking for GT Big Key and GT.
That's true.
All right, Ice Palace was not the one.
Correct. Yep, in that Ice Palace was not a progression. Where's WallKicks going? Is he going?
He is going up to see Aga item, I think. Maybe.
Oh,
maybe he didn't check this as well.
Oh,
yeah. I guess he just didn't check Bumpered.
Yeah, maybe he hasn't done anything regarding North Dark Worlds.
Hmm. All right, so Humbug is now going up
Wow.
the mountain. He should have quaked here,
I think he's
or
trapped.
powdered at least.
Yeah, I think he's trapped in dead rocks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he is just stuck in a mental prison here as well.
I mean, we got Quake so early. Humbug, you can totally use it.
So I wonder if he's doing like hair basement into Spike Cave, or is he just heading into Spike Cave right away?
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do Spike Cave, and this was nothing. I mean, I don't remember what was here. WallKicks checked it way early.
Do you think he runs out, or saves and quits for hair basement if he does that next?
I think he's gonna save.
Oh yeah, he saved and quit to check the mushroom. Of course,
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I totally forgot mushroom was here.
Yeah, and I did too. It's been, man, we have like 3 locations or something, and they're just all so awful. Okay, so yeah, so we're probably gonna go check the mushroom immediately, and then where is he going? Hair basement maybe? It was in the back of
maybe.
He
I
does
feel
have a
like
fire source.
Yeah, I feel like if you wanted to do hair basement, you should have done it together with Spike Cave there.
Spike Cave. Hmm. Alright, it looks like the WallKicks is gonna give some of the time back to Humbug because we are also diving into Ice Palace.
I think we might see both go to Swamp after this. No, he's going back up the mountain, so he's going for Hera or Tartarok, but I imagine you go Hera basement before Tartarok here.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, I mean, at least Hera basement, you can think about what your other options are. Mentally prepare yourself for what you're gonna necessarily find. That the Turtle Rock vanilla big key chest though, that would be, I don't know if that's actually considered to be preventable, but that is a very rough place to go back to. Yeah. I mean, the last Turtle Rock Smoky was on Smith, right? Or whatever, Smith Chain, and it's really hard to be able to go there, like, without, before Turtle Rock itself. Alright, WallKicks almost to his 3 bombs here in Ice Palace, and then where are we gonna go next? At least the Hera basement music is pretty good. It's like a jig.
Is this specific only for Hera basement?
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
I don't know what the capabilities of MCU are these days.
Yeah. I mean, so I believe actually Humbug is the author of the Octopath 2 Traveler MSU pack, so we can probably even ask him.
Yeah, I'll...
Big Key 2? Beast Town.
That's the one.
Amazing.
But WallKicks going to Swamp though.
Well, so WallKicks, so both WallKicks and Humbug could be corrupt. Right, because we're still missing that GT Big Key, and
I mean, if GT Big Key is in Swamp, that would be massive for WallKicks, because Humbug, he is doing all of GT before going back to any of that.
Yeah, that's actually well, we can't get into GT, right?
Yeah, we got the Feast on Big Key.
Oh, Thieves Town. Yeah. Sorry, you're right. Yeah. That unlocks GT. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I mean, honestly, WallKicks finding GT Big Key, I think, might be his only hope of winning this race at this point. Because Humbug is gonna head to GT right after this, and if Big Key is over there, then not only is he gonna clear GT before WallKicks, he also has Aga completed.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. WallKicks is kind of still down in Aga Tower climb over Humbug. We're getting really, really close to this very important check.
Oh Lamp! Let's go.
Lamp. Well. Hey, look, everything's logic. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad.
Yeah, that's rough. Where's that Swamp Big Key?
The Swamp Big Key was
in my area.
No, I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh no! Wait, what did Humbug just find? He found something GT. I looked away.
No, I think it was just a compass.
Oh, okay. All I saw was GT. Because I was looking at WallKicks' screen and I see him going back to Eastern Palace, middle of Vicky Chest, and that is not a good location for him to go back to. Like WallKicks, like you were able to single dip Eastern Palace. You need to stick with your principles here.
Yeah, I think if you skip this check, you commit to it.
I think it's either this for him or it's going to be Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock middle Vicky Chest, right?
Yeah, but he's probably doing Hera before, So I think the chances of him getting a GT Big Key before that Feast on Big Key is pretty much gone at this point, unless he does Turtle Rock first for some reason.
I mean, he just went through doing Ice Palace, Big Chest, and Swamp Big Chest, and now Eastern Palace Big Key Chest. Like, I don't know. I mean, if you were going to, I guess, make a divergent play, like, I don't know. I could see him going into Turtle Rock, Vanilla Big Key Chest.
Yeah. But I guess Hera is also Tide Room is Vanilla Big Key Chest too. Yeah, it's just it's not impossible for him to come back, but at this point, almost.
It is certainly looking like Humbugh has a pretty sizable advantage, but again, we don't know that GT Big Key is. And so, again, if GT Big Key is in Lava Chest and WallKicks goes there, and then, Humbugh's gonna go, he's gonna book it to GT, right? He's gonna switch to GT Big Key there. Humbugh, he lives fairly close to Nilsson Alex. You never know what happens there. Maybe he just cut some electrical wires or something. I was actually even thinking about Spec Rock, maybe he'll just try to bonk himself over somehow, and then he'll just end up falling.
Alright, 7 crystals and 3 pendants for Humbugh. He's gonna head into Ganon Tower now.
Yeah, this looks like WallKicks' trip back into Hera, so...
Yeah. And I have a hard time seeing him...
Just, not going directly over to Thieves Town?
Yeah, when you finally find this big key to Thieves Town, the first thing that comes in your mind is usually not let's go back to Lava Chest.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Actually, does WallKicks even have anything else left on his side?
No, it's this and Lava Chest.
Yeah,
that's it.
Okay. Well, I guess we're not going to get at least Mirror Shield today, unless Humbugh is really aiming for some further defense.
Oh no, you don't get the #1 seed by having fun in the game.
By picking up shields, for defenses, You're right.
You have to go all offense.
Humbugh's got Humbugh's got Gold Sword, he's got Silver, he's got Fire, he's got half magic.
Good things to have. Alright, WallKicks heading to Thieves Town now. He's pretty much, 2 dungeons behind almost? Like an Agate Tower and a Thieves Town behind, plus a mountain climb. At this point. Spooky GT music. It's not often you see someone going to GT with 5 small keys. It's interesting that he's doing this route. I mean, he has the small keys already. If he wanted to go to Compass Room, he could just gone here straight away.
Yeah, actually, what is the... Actually, is this the most efficient time density route?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if you want to get as many items as possible, but you could have just gone here and then gone over to the right side or left side. You would like, because now he's gonna have to go down the stairs twice over on the left side. I think it might have just been like a muscle memory and he didn't think about having those small keys already.
Yeah, hour 42. Like, okay, well we got a fire shield at least, so we'll be safe from all the fireballs. And we also have a helpful compass, by the way, to help us count all the items in GT.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're Humbug and you're now just searching for GT Big Key, like, are you going to do tower before you go up? If you haven't found anything in the basement? Or I guess you have, like, or would you go to lava chest? I guess you have to, right?
Yeah, I think you skip tile room for last, like normally.
Okay.
Because you're definitely not going up before you get that big key.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, you can. I've seen people done it before, but it usually doesn't end well.
At least it's going up without the big key is at least better than going up without a fire source. Like you don't find that out until much later.
Yeah, and he picks up the small keys too, which is kind of interesting because he has enough small keys he can skip like the small keys in pots.
He's also dropping a bunch of bombs. What is he trying to do? He has quick swap.
I think he's just
used to this or something.
Yeah.
Energy. He's ready for that big key. Where is it? That is it. And Brando room. So that is Humbug's official ticket to finish the rest of the scene.
Yeah, would definitely need to be something catastrophic to stop him right now.
Yeah, I mean, not that any of the locations for the last remaining couple things were really good. What were we down to? We were down to Ice Palace big chest, Turtle Rock vanilla big key chest, Swamp big chest, and Hera basement. That where the small key was definitely very buried, right? Like and man, to flip to flip and basically make a decision on one of those 4 locations, right, is just it just feels so awful. But yeah, assuming in this case it looks like Humbug is certainly prepping himself for a very comfortable GT gauntlet climb here. He may not feel great, by the way. I don't think Walter... can't read that. I don't think WallKicks or Walter is feeling particularly great about how the seed has essentially gone for them, because I think they have exhausted every single possible location minus 1.
Yeah,
so...
yeah. I mean, it's hard to feel good in a... I mean, at the same time, like, you can probably guess that your opponent is not going to be able to grab those in the, like, in a very efficient way as well, just because of the entire layout.
Yeah, and man, so like, I think Hera basement probably worked out for, at least maybe not Humbug's mind, like it worked out probably for the better, because like we knew where the Turtle Rock small key was, or the last one, right? And both of them, of course, like we saw, got the Smith Chain, the last Turtle Rock key after Turtle Rock, right? But it's like, what if my opponent went to Smith Chain, right? And they just full cleared, and then the Turtle Rock, or not Turtle Rock, Thieves Town Big was there, or GT Big was there. You just feel so awful, right?
Yeah, I mean, it would be like the only way someone doesn't like get this item super late would be like if you had Hera small key first time up the mountain. And you had to go quite far, like deep into pod to get that. But I guess like first time up, did Humbug have that small key but no fire source, or did he also not have it?
No. So I think Humbugh's like first time. So he went to pod on the later side, like after WallKicks, but he had 3 keys going in, so he got the Hero small key. But yeah, he was not able but he had not done Naga Tower, so he was not able to go get Hero Basement. He also did go up the Paradox way, and so at least he was able to get the Hera Big Chest, so he didn't have to go back for it. But like that's even less incentive for him to go back to Hero Basement, right? Because like now there's only 1 check instead of 2, so.
All right, I get to fire coming up. That's a good triple to start with.
Yeah. No,
and double triple,
nice. Yeah, a follow-up triple for Humbugh. This totally makes up for both of his landmost fights, by the way.
Yeah, why didn't he go for double triple on Naga 1 too?
It's a great question. Yeah, Humbugh. You even have the bug net, you know? Yeah. Make use of it. Alright, WallKicks is almost to the GC Big Key, so he also looks like he took a very similar route to Humbugh. Well, actually, no, maybe, what did Humbugh even do? Did he even do Compass Room?
Yeah, anyway, but like, Humbugh went over to this room first and then over to Compass.
Oh,
like
yeah.
How you would do like in a normal race.
Yeah, but I think in this case, maybe WallKicks with these was a little bit more efficient.
Yeah, it would be a little bit faster for WallKicks, the way he routed it.
Oh my gosh, this music is so endgame.
Yeah, it sounds quite appropriate.
Pretty straightforward. We just had to go through the motions with phase 3, and then of course with Silvers. Hopefully Humbugh is not going to have any disasters at this point.
I mean, he has time. He can mess up a couple of times.
That's actually probably true. Yeah, unfortunately for WallKicks as well, like he's in GT, and he is going to be able to get his GT Big Key very here shortly, but he also still has Agon 1 to finish as well, so... but, you know, with that, looks like Humbugh has defeated the anti-god, Ganon, holding up the sword. This will be a quite strong victory for Humbugh, Team Captain Humbugh and the Boomerangers, putting them at 3-1 over his victory over WallKicks. So get your GGs in chat for Humbugh. What a seed.
Yeah. That's
So at least they got Boots and Sword like very early, you know, within the first like 5 minutes of the seed or something, right? They got Boots and Kakariko and Sword. Yeah.
Early Mirror as well. Dark World.
True.
Early Fire Rod if your name is not Humbugh.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious to see, or to, you know, hopefully we get Humbugh and WallKicks in for a chat. I'm actually kind of curious to hear what his thought process was through the entirety of the seed. Because yeah, as you said, like, so we saw both of them get the Moon Pearl out of Dark Frost, so we know that it was some sort of fire source lot, but then we saw WallKicks pull the fire out of the first chest of Aga Tower, which puts the Pearl in the logic, but not very, but we didn't, but I don't know, but Humbugh didn't know that until like, I don't know, 35 minutes in, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just forgot about it in the moment. Alright, so do we have, is there any other of these games scheduled at the moment?
I do not believe so. So this is the last of the first 4 games that they did, and I think they probably wanted to see what the race outcome was for this one before scheduling.
Makes sense. Yeah, because the next one could have been either Dante or WallKicks Racing.
Yeah, and it happens to be this case. Well, we see the results, and Dante. So, do you know if Dante has a preferred backpack brand that he might like?
I'm not sure. But we are joined by Humbugh.
GG's Humbugh on your victory.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be number 1 in this race, as well as being seed number 1 in main tournament?
How does it feel to have Boots like 2 minutes into the seed?
It was glorious.
covered backpack brand? That you
I mean,
might like?
it couldn't have been better, right?
I'm not sure.
The seed just
But we
kept
are
on
doing
getting
the humbugh,
better.
like, Jesus
Yo.
did.
Kappa.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, those boots were super nice, and also early sword, early boots.
Yeah.
Just my kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, just your kind of stuff. So when you were faced with the wonderful decisions you had, looking for Thieves Town Big Key and GT Big Key, how were you feeling then?
So interestingly enough, like, there has to be a lamp in lava chest. No, wait. How's this gonna work? It's gonna be a lamp in lava chest and a pod small in Skullwood in Swamp Big Chest. Either.
I think it's the other way around because the
It's the other
lamp
way
was
around.
in Swamp Big Chest. We didn't
Okay.
get seed lava.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that has to be the last pod small because that was the
Yeah.
only thing I had left apart from that. So I knew that GT Biggie was in GT, first of all. There was no way it was going to be anywhere else, so I was confident in that at least. But the Thieves Town Big, I don't even remember where the Hera Small was.
I think it was
back
back a
of
pod.
Compass chest, I think.
Ew. Okay. Yeah, that was rough. And like, when am I gonna go back? Really, game? And then I get a mushroom on a spike cave when I wasn't about to go up there, and oh, this is probably it.
Oh, you were gonna run back to do Hera Basement?
Yes,
Is that...
yes. I was prepared to hook speed out of Spike Cave and just do Hera Basement afterwards.
Okay, yeah. So,
Nice
did in your first trip into Hyrule Castle, was it on purpose to leave Aga Tower, or did you just forget it at the moment?
No, it wasn't purpose. I purposefully left Aga Tower until it was the only thing that was left that could be my logical access to the Moon Pro.
And how did you feel like half an hour later when you got the fire rod there?
I felt fine because I also got the flute in Eastern.
That's fair.
And since I knew that the fire rod or lamp was in Aga Tower, I also knew that there is a chance that WallKicks got the fire rod and tries to delay the Eastern dip to have the big key going in there, but it looks like it's going to be behind the flute or the mitts or both.
Yeah, he actually was able to single dip Eastern. Well, he should have been able to, but he skipped the big key chest, and then later when you were presented with all the bad options, he ended up going back anyways.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, the it was tough, like choosing everything over Aga Tower. I didn't want to do Aga Tower in the dark, but when I eventually went there, I knew that it wouldn't be in the complete dark, at least, because it had to be fire rod or lamp.
Yeah,
it's not fun doing it in the dark.
Yeah,
slow.
I mean that's fair.
Slow.
You've got enough spoiler experience. You're fine. Don't worry.
I know, but those pits are terrifying. All right.
I mean, but that's why you do it in the dark, so you can't see the pits. Okay, like that logic works, right?
Yeah, fair enough. I guess.
So actually, well, actually, right. So like before you ended up going to Aga Tower, like you found the Moon Pro pretty early, right, in Dark Cross. So like, were you concerned, I guess, or like were you thinking about the logic at all, like were we just assuming that basically it was a lamp somewhere, accessible? And you were doing
yeah, I assumed that the lamp or the fire rod was going to be somewhere, right? It's not like it's going to be a required Aga climb to find lamp or fire rod on a pyramid or something like that, since that would need the lamp and then I could get the Moon Pro. Like I knew that I needed to do something to get logical access to Moon Pro, but I just felt it's either a double dip of desert, it's a double dip of Eastern, or it's a dip of Agate Tower, and I want to be more efficient and find something else, like a Desert Small that I eventually found, and other stuff. So all I did was trying to be more efficient with the bad checks that I was eventually gonna have to do to get the logical access to Moonpo.
Yeah, I mean, you played the seed well, right? Like, despite all of the things that the seed tried to do to you, you still overcame it. So.
Yeah, I felt
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I played it pretty well. It went okay. It could have definitely gone worse if I had not done Eastern when I did it, and you know, but still having third to last locate a Thieves Town big key is not the most fun you can do in this game.
I mean, any particular like thought process to?
Yeah.
I mean, like, was it just like literally flipping like 1 out of 4 coins or something? And said like, okay, this is one we're gonna go to. Yep, sounds good.
Yep. That's all it is. And I felt like, okay, Hera Basement is the most time consuming out of the 3 that I was looking at. I was not gonna go back to Lava Chest, that's for sure. Swamp Big Chest was not in logic, so I wasn't gonna do that because I was figuring all that time that there's a pod small in the back of Thieves. And then I got the heckin' ice big from Armos? Was it Armos? Yeah, it was Armos. Yeah. And I was like, that's probably faster than Hera Basement. Also, it's more fun to do ice again than to stand waiting in Hera Basement. So let's just do Ice Palace Big Chest.
The music was better in Hera Basement, though. Right?
Oh, the music was brilliant in Hera Basement. Oh,
yeah, nice MSU, by the way. You are the author, correct? Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I like it. It's a lot of fun. Shout out to Octopath Traveler, by the way. Everyone should play it. Well, not everyone. But if you like RPGs, you should play.
Alright, so this victory puts your team actually in a very it's a very confident position. So you are now 3-1 versus versus Magnus' team. So Dante, I believe, is a sole survivor, and I think the next most already been rolled is Inverted Keys.
It's
right?
Inverted Keys with yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any particular? I mean, you don't have to give away anything, right? But any particular, I guess, like thoughts or strategies about? I think you can probably guess who you're playing. So
I think I know who we're playing. Okay. Yeah. And like Dante is so good at this game that it's it's frightening no matter the mode. We'll have a team discussion. I think I know what the result of it will be, but that will be disclosed until further notice.
Sounds good. Well, you are the team captain, so
I am the team captain. You're right.
Last question for you. If you had all 3 pendants, would you have pulled the pedestal at the time and gotten your red mail?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. What if you didn't have the blue mail?
No. If I was coming up on like an agate tower climb in the dark and I had low health and green mail, I might have considered it, but maybe.
Yeah, not to stir up any drama or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, just be mindful of how long you are in green mail versus blue mail versus red. You don't necessarily play any favorites, right? You spent the vast majority of the seed on blue mail. Just saying, like, there's a blue ranger.
Oh no, have I stirred up some drama here?
Oh, you have not. I 100% have. Just saying, like just be mindful of your decisions.
Okay, yeah, I think we came to the conclusion that since you were wearing blue for the most of the race, that you're not the Green Ranger anymore. So Telefar is now the team captain.
What? And don't look at what boomerangs I found.
You mean that blue one?
I only
so-
got the blue one. Yeah.
So
sorry,
you
Mike.
maybe you can send Mike, like some, I don't know, some like chocolate or what does he even like to eat?
I'll
just
send him
make
some.
it fun.
Yeah, I'll send him some pickled herring.
Yeah,
Okay.
surströmming.
Yeah, it's surströmming. Yeah, heck yeah, that's the stuff. He's gonna swim in that.
All right. Well, thank you, Humbugh, for playing. Best of luck, of course, throughout the series. And as you did mention,
Thanks.
you Dante is a very, very formidable opponent. So, but it's going to be a
Yes.
very exciting set of matches. To
It
watch.
for sure is. Inverted keys is volatile and it can go either way, no matter what. So.
Mhm. All right. Any other thoughts? I guess for you to wrap things up.
No, not in particular, but thanks for coming, Clear Mouse and Walter. That's I feel honored to have the two of you on comms.
Very
Means a
exciting.
lot. Yeah, and thanks CSR for hosting it all, and thanks Tracking, and also I'm not saying it is, and it might not be, but since this might be my last run of this tourney, thanks for the admins for hosting it all. It's awesome. Thanks Moogle, and all the other admins for hosting the Survivors of Hyrule. Been super fun.
And it's certainly very novel. Or I mean, I don't think there has been any other, at least rando tournament in this format.
Yep.
So actually really cool to see.
For sure.
Yeah, I also want to say thank you, Walter, for commentating and agreeing to do this. Like it was a ton of fun. Hopefully, we can do this again sometime soon.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Mhm.
It was a fun race to commentate.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Tomaltash, for tracking and for restreaming as well. Like, and of course, yeah, big thanks to ZSR for basically letting us have a go at this race.
Well, thank you to both of you for coming, to Wally and Humbug for giving us such a great race to watch. Not much left on ZSR for today. We just got the ALttPR weekly race in about an hour from now, and that's it. That's there. I'm going to throw you all over to Solski, who is doing an SMZ3 hard keys randomizer. So everyone, thank you for coming out and watching, and have a good rest of your day.